I wanted to give you guys my honest opinion about a product that I've actually used for about 6-7 months now. It's called Viviscal Professional. It's meant to help your hair grow thicker, longer, and decrease. And a lot of people are like, why would you do it? Your hair looks fine. But I really do have hair loss, especially after my son. So actually my hair loss was kind of like all along the hairline, and like obviously the length isn't, like you could never tell that I had hair loss because that hair is hiding where I had all the hair loss, and it actually kind of starts here and it swoops down and goes all the way underneath. So if I can, let's see if I can make it show you kind of how like there's all these pieces that are in the front that are super short that don't match the rest of my hair length, but this product actually has worked great because it's actually made my hair grow, and these pieces like would never they just stopped growing at a certain length, but it actually continued all the way around my head. So I know it's like kind of hard to see on this camera, but so you can actually see that this is all hair growth. At first I was like, oh my goodness, my hair's breaking more, but my hairstylist was like, I couldn't get these hairs in the foil before, and now I can. So I'm like, it's got to be growth. And then when I was doing my highlights from the top of my head, she said that my growth in this area was the exact growth that I had from the top of my head. So I was really encouraged, but that again wasn't until 4 months. When I started taking it, I knew that I wasn't going to get an improvement the first 4 months, so it's like you have to wait. And something that I was told, and I did my research on, was that I knew I might lose more hair in those beginning phases, just because of how hair cycle works. In the Viviscal box, like your supplement, I'll kind of zoom in so you can see it. They have a little brochure that comes in it. Let's see if we can focus this a little better. And it talks about healthy hair growth cycle, like what are the phases. So you have your anagen, which is your growing phase, your catagen, which is your regression phase, your telogen, which is your resting phase, and then your exogen phase, which is the shedding phase. And why someone might lose their hair or shed more in the first few months is because that hair follicle is actually out of the growth phase and it's in one of the other 3. So what Viviscal does is that it helps push that hair follicle that's already out of the growth phase out of the other phases faster and into another growth phase. And a growth phase can really last between like 2 to 7 years. So that's scary to lose your hair up front, but you're throwing it into a 2-year growth cycle, which is ideal. It also has a lot of information in this little brochure about what affects healthy hair growth, what could be your cause for hair loss. It talks about the main ingredient in it, which is amino mar. It's derived from shark, so it's kind of like a fishy derivative, if you will. There's 2 products actually out there for Viviscal. There is an over-the-counter version and then the professional version. A lot of people always want to do the over-the-counter because it's obviously going to be cheaper. But again, you get what you pay for. So the over-the-counter version will get you a 32% improvement within the first 90 days. The professional version is going to get you 57%. And then at day 180, the over-the-counter version is going to keep you at your 32% improvement, but the professional actually takes you to 80% improvement. And a lot of times when people struggle with hair loss or hair thinning, they may think like 32% is great, but really for them to notice a really big difference with their hair, they need that 57 to 80% improvement. So I always recommend the professional over the over-the-counter version. What Viviscal does is that it increases it increases hair cell diameter, it decreases hair shedding, it supports dermal papilla cell numbers, and it increases alkaline phosphatase. But if you're just someone who's just trying to get your hair healthier or thicker and have less shedding, Viviscal Professional is definitely a product to try. And Viviscal actually has a great guarantee, if you will. If you have no improvement in 6 months, they actually give you your money back. So they really stand behind their product, and I am a personal testimony to it working, because I like it's super obvious in real life, but I have like all this short hair that's like finally growing, and it actually continues all the way underneath my head. So yeah, I really recommend Viviscal Professional. It's worth it.